Again, just a little reminder, the Netherlands ball and Swiss ball are available for the first time ever. Two countries that, well, aren't really linked at all. I just really wanted to do them. And I'd already done a lot of their neighbors. I try to have each country ball campaign have some sort of a theme between the two countries that I'm doing. I don't know. I don't have any theme for these two, but whatever. They're just two medium-sized countries in Westernish Europe, kind of. Also, don't forget, there is a Swiss pen if you'd like to add that on with your purchase. Breaking news. Ukrainian forces advance in Kursk Oblast. They're in Russian territory. We advance troops in the Kursk beam. This major achievement for with defense Slava Ukraine! Russia bad! Moscow next! Kurva! Doesn't it seem Poland is a little bit more excited than me, says Ukraine. Activate Article 5, daring you! Cannot hurt him when Polska has strongest military in Europe! In Deutschland, we have a saying for this. Oh, it's this word.
Schadenfreude.
The translation is harm, joy, or experiencing pleasure or satisfaction from the failures and misery of another. Okay, yeah, Poland's definitely feeling this right now. When the Ukrainians entered the Russian region of Kursk, obviously a lot of Ukraine themselves was pretty happy, but their neighbor Poland here might have just been more happy. This is obviously because Poland has had a massive beef with Russia for a very, very long time. For longer than even the United States has existed, if you think about it. And for a while now, they've been just waiting to press that Article 5 button, cause all these countries to go to war with Russia. For some reason, this reminds me of that one German meme that hasn't left my head yet. That thing you just said. We Germans have a word for that. It's called that thing you just said. And I think the most famous example for this in the German language, a contraceptive pill is in German anti-baby pillin.
Anti-Baby-Pille.
There's that old joke about a Polish man that asks his genie for the Mongols to invade and destroy Poland 3 times. Turns out he knew the Mongols would have to go through Russia twice to do it. Worth it. I learned something new here. Back then, barbarian. Oh no, barbarian, kill West. Barbarian. Japan fighting with Korea here. Ew, stupid barbarians. They will never into civilized. Versus now, pathetic pigs. You'll never into classy like Ike. Eat out. I think Greece wants money. No brags, you filth. No matter what you got, it won't change your barbarians. China's center of universe and other behavior. Who could be less developed than that barbarian, says South Korea. I think this is Japan laughing. Oh, how times have changed. This is a very interesting perspective comparing modern countries to the way they've been historically seen in the past. Obviously, the people groups that were living in modern day Germany about 2,000 years ago were obviously credited with the downfall of Rome, specifically the western side. And similarly, thousands of years ago, China seemed to be doing the best in Asia. I mean, of course, they also had a lot of moments where they were like this. They just happened to be usually fighting themselves. It's definitely safe to say, though, China was the main focus that a lot of Europeans had throughout history. I mean, they knew about these other places, but China just held a lot of significance. We're talking centuries and centuries ago. Even the Romans knew of China. Then you compare that to now. Germany refers to these countries as pigs because, well, their acronym, Portugal, Italy, Greece, and Spain. These are all like Southern European, Mediterranean nations. Then you have Korea and Japan, who is, I mean, arguably, it depends. In certain ways, they're more developed than modern China, but other ways not. Like I said, it depends on how you see it. Per capita, they're definitely richer, though. Considering China has 1 billion people and South Korea and Japan definitely do not have anywhere close to that. They're pretty rich. From barbarians to car manufacturers. That is kind of funny. Germany, Japan, and South Korea, all car manufacturers. Canada has been very good at football lately. A little bit too good. Yeah, very good plan, team plan. Okay, this is Germany. Yeah, that's it. Spill the beans, Germany. Soon I will have the best soccer team in the world. Ah, gotcha! Under jurisdiction of FIFA, Jew is under arrest. I can tolerate crimes of corruption, embezzlement, bribery, money laundering, tax evasion, fraud, poisoning, slavery, assault, murder, but cheating of all, FIFA will punish you. China has been doing suspiciously good in soccer matches recently, or FIFA's football. They went surprisingly far in the most recent American tournament. However, the women's Canadian soccer team was recently caught using a drone to spy on other teams. So should we be suspicious of the men too? But yeah, the joke here is that FIFA lets a lot of other things go meanwhile. Your technology is inferior to me. I will win the space race. Oh no, America. Technologically inferior? I must do everything in my capacity to prove this commie wrong. Come on, you got this. First to the moon, yay! Pops bottles. There's the flag. Motherland, I failed you, cries the Soviets. But that's just in the imagination of the USA. This feels great, man. Can't wait to see the look on his face. Hey, many big congratulations, America. You're the first country to send a human to the moon. Nice job. Prove commie wrong at every step. Prove commie wrong at every step? Both got me wrong at every step! Oh, the commie was wrong. I'm not the first to send anyone to the moon because I faked it. I faked it all. The commie got it all wrong. Oh, the US going down the conspiracy trap. Maybe this is why we do it. So during the Cold War, the Soviets definitely started out winning the space race. They were far out in front. In fact, then the US sends the first man to the moon. But one thing I don't think they were fully expecting, the Soviets in real life just congratulated America. But more importantly, they didn't claim that it was fake, like the way actually a lot of Americans do now. And perhaps at the root of it, it is just to prove the commies wrong at every step possible. You congratulate us for it? No, we never did that in the first place. Frick you. I just can't wait for us to finally get to the moon again one day so we can finally stop talking about this. The moment another human lands on the moon, all this other stuff is not gonna matter. Remember, we didn't just land on the moon once though. Oh my god! Fransu-sama! Probably butchered that Japanese there. Watashi, love you so much. Let's take selfie. Thanks, I guess. Look, Korea. Watashi into dreams of photo with France-sama. Sama? Nah, honestly, no understand why you love France so much. Nani? What do you mean? Not to think you're into fantasy too much. Sure, France is romantic, but he also arrogant a bit. No, my Fransu is perfecto. Nah, no one is perfect, you knowing. You baka. Not that word again. I said that word every day in a video, like for an entire year. Don't you insult my perfect France. Going away now. Yeah, see ya. Japan's so stupid. Look how easily blinded she is into fangirling. Oh my god! Dogi Oppa? You are so smart and gentle. Is that really the Korean word for Germany? Dogi. Oh, I guess it is. A lot of Japanese people do have an obsession with France. Such an obsession that there's something known as a Paris syndrome. Basically, an overall disappointment when actually visiting the city here. This is usually suffered by Japanese tourists. But of course, Korea's gotta be different than Japan. They just have way too big of a rivalry. Koreans have mostly positive views of Germany instead, admiring the economic growth, high technical skills, and peaceful reunification. That's huge. That actually makes sense. Since the Germans were able to successfully unify with their communist brother, that gives hope to the South Koreans they'd be able to do that with the North one day as well. But this would be obviously a completely different thing. There's lots of talk about this, but they'd be facing a lot of different issues. Just glad it's not the other way around anymore. We don't need the Japanese admiring Germany. Look where that got us. Of down with communists, of into new government, cannot even into sleeping anymore. What are complaining about now? Russia be teaching you lesson. Oh, Germany, do you want donuts? Yes, because they've cut out the middle there. So in protest of communism behind the Iron Curtain, countries like Hungary and Romania would cut out I guess it was their coat of arms that was formerly a part of their communist flag they had in the past. They would literally take flags in those times and just cut out this middle part, which was like the communist part of the flag. Hungary did the same here. This icon looks way more communist than the Romanian one to me though. And now that the Cold War is over and Romania is no longer communist, their flag is just blue, yellow, and red. So both those countries got what they wanted and got that icon off their flags. But in this country ball universe, if those country balls did that, they do accidentally become donuts. Now, I just want another comic talking about what does the inner part of the country balls bellies do. Like they're donut holes, right? They're donut holes with just the communist icons. Like, can we get some lore about that? That seems like an interesting thing to explore. Man, I wish I could be bigger. It's your lucky day. Sign treaty and get free clay. For free? Treaty of this. In this treaty, the Republic of Austria and Switzerland agreed to jointly transfer sovereignty 1 millimeter squared, 1 mile squared of area to Principality of Liechtenstein. Nothing in return if for whatever reason neither of the Republic of Austria nor Switzerland are currently able to provide the necessary amount of territory, then other members of the European Union will generously step in and provide the rest of the required area to the Principality of Liechtenstein. 1 millimeter squared? Why you mad? Extra millimeter turn area of Europe into triple. Also, why millimeter symbol capitalized? Inferior lowercase noun languages, millimeter, Germans. Oh, that's why I was so confused, because Liechtenstein, I guess they speak German? Yes, okay, just wanted to confirm that. Do you not know Deutsch's noun capitalization? Millimeter beat noun, so must has capitalization. This is all news to me. Wait a minute. They're taking another look at the treaty. In this treaty, here is 1 capitalized squared. Like sign! 160 kilometers squared. Meanwhile, compare that to other countries like Austria, Switzerland, and then obviously the EU, which has a lot of kilometers. Plus 1 million kilometers. What? They're losing everything. Greater Liechtenstein. Haha, my dream of Greater Liechtenstein has come fulfilled. Okay, embarrassing. This could be considered square megameter or, I guess 1 million kilometers squared. Oh, my brain is hurting. Okay, so in Germans, nouns are always capitalized. So you could capitalize millimeter as millimeter, but it's incorrect to capitalize as This capitalization means that it's actually a megameter symbol equal to 1,000 kilometers or 1 million kilometers squared. Oh man, too much mathing for my brain. This is literally so ridiculous that it just might work. I hope one day Liechtenstein will be able to take over all of Europe. Remember that they almost took our state of Alaska from us, and that would have made them like 100 times larger. Oh, Armenia entering this church. They're entering it all alone with an Israel cube up here. I comings here before you, being humbled and humiliated for asking into one thing. I want you to oofing Azerbaijan. That's not how prayers be works. But Armenia probably would pray for this. Love seeing the reference to Armenia and Israel when there's been a lot of memes lately that kind of have compared these two. They have a similar story, kind of, being a minority religion in the Middle East. Problem is, Israel's allied to Azerbaijan. Armenia is like allied to Russia, so I don't think they're going to be willing to help them out with this. Love the reference to Spider-Man 3 here, though. What a fantastic movie that was, am I right? It's hilarious that Eddie Brock or Venom in Spider-Man 3 just went to a church to pray for the death of Peter Parker. In context, a Christian country and settled on Armenia, praying for Azerbaijan's downfall because, let's face it, Armenia absolutely despises Azerbaijan's guts. Yes, been in like a conflict for a while now. I guess they're both were just thinking, well, it's worth a shot. Again, don't forget to check out the link down below to makeship.com for your Netherlands ball or Switzerland ball. Big thanks to my patrons this month. I tried to kidnap Drew again, but he put me in his basement. Help. Drew's Argentinian Grandpa. I can't sleep without Drew's voice. Nord, Tyler, Archaeology, aPhatNarwhal, Sarsath, Pavlik, DaBeautiful-MEGAN-Underwood, Fredrik Tibblin, JohnDenver, KansasWasMentioned, KingBearHaze, Mgmluthegoat, sebby. If you hear this, I